Disco Stu, what do you think about politicizing the Fed as a strategy? I mean, it's obviously a political institution, but the Fed is filled with conservatives, and that ideology drives policy in a way that seems to help the ruling class and screw over the average person. It seems to me the Fed could be a good boogeyman to pin negative economic news on. Yes, and I think there's actually, it's important that we have more reform, frankly, involved with the Fed. Keeping it independent feels to me like, or as independent as it is, let's put it that way, without some type of representation for other people besides bankers, is highly problematic. And I have to say, like, I'm still trying to figure this out and read more on it, but I think there's a revelation about what's going on here with their response and the fact that there is no word to distinguish between inflation that comes as a function of too much money in a system for a productive capacity versus what we've experienced, which is demand exceeding the ability at this moment because of COVID and because of the implications of COVID. So whether it's a shutdown in destroying supply, or things got reoriented in a way and haven't snapped back in a way, the capacity is there. There's not a single, machine that needs to be built at this point to produce what we need produced. It's just a question of whether you want to staff at a certain price or whether you want to turn on some refineries. We don't need to build anything. And that is a distinct difference. We have a shortage of semiconductor chips because parts of China were shut down. Production was shut down. It's smart for us to build new enterprises here because you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. But that's different than saying that we don't have the capacity. And really, when you look at the profits that Exxon has made, when you look at the profits that are being made, people are making the decision. Corporations are making the decision that instead of hiring and paying for more labor, instead of expanding production, they're going to throttle it. They're going to increase profits. We're seeing that across the board. You wonder if what the Fed isn't doing isn't really just about trying to stifle labor costs as a bribe to these corporations for basically expanding production in areas where they need to. I'm not saying that's all that, but when you look at England, 9% inflation, ours is 9 point whatever, 8. It's not a function of the fact that there's too much money in the system. And if they genuinely believe that, you wouldn't get an extra $50 billion above and beyond what the Pentagon said. So I don't know. I think more scrutiny for the Fed is definitely warranted.